There's comfort in the familiar, in that cut you've worn for decades, the one that made you feel beautiful in 1985, the one that turned heads when your children were still small. It was right back then. It matched your spirit, it matched your time. But darling, time has moved, and so have you. Your face is softer now, your hair falls different, your light is deeper, and yet, that old style still clings to your crown like a memory that won't let go. The same straight part, the same feathered bangs, the same length that now drags instead of dances. You see it in old photos and think, this is who I was. But who are you now? Elegance is not found in the past. It lives in your presence. And a hairstyle frozen in time can whisper a story you've outgrown. It can drag the face down, highlight thinning strands, emphasize lines rather than light. It doesn't honor the woman you've become. It simply tries to preserve the girl you were. And that, my dear, isn't preservation, it's delay. It's time for reinvention. Not reinvention for others, not to chase trends, but to reflect the life you carry now. Try softness, try lift, try something that moves with who you are today. A layered bob, a side-swept fringe, soft volume at the crown, to open the face. You don't need to go bold to go modern. You just need to say goodbye to what no longer fits. Because your hair is not a time capsule, it's a canvas. And the woman you are deserves a look that belongs in this chapter. So next time you sit in that chair, say, I'm ready to let go of the past. I want a cut that holds me now. Because growth is not just in inches, it's in the courage to become someone new. Let your hair follow you forward, not pull you back. It doesn't happen all at once. There's no loud announcement, no sudden shift, just a quiet change in the mirror. A little more scalp than there used to be, a little less volume at the crown. The ponytail feels thinner, the part a little wider, and still we pretend it's just a bad hair day. We fluff it, we spray it, we hope no one sees what we can't unsee. But ignoring thinning hair doesn't make it stop. It only makes it harder to work with. Because thinning isn't failure, it's nature, it's life, it's wisdom, taking new shape, and it deserves support, not shame. Elegant women don't deny it. They adapt, they shift, they soften into the change without losing their grace. The secret: work with what remains, not against what's gone. A shorter style with texture can create lift where density has faded. Layers can bring movement to hair that no longer falls like it once did. A pixie can be bold, a bob can be soft, a shag can hide and highlight all at once. And styling products, the right ones, can be a quiet miracle. Volumizing sprays at the roots, dry shampoo to refresh, mousse to shape, without weight, without buildup, because heavy oils and thick creams only drag it further down. You don't need to fake fullness. You need to frame what's left, with care. And sometimes the answer is simple: a new part, a side sweep, a textured crown, or even a graceful accessory, a headband, a clip, a scarf. That adds style, while offering ease. Thinning hair doesn't define you, but how you wear it can empower you. So stop hiding, start shaping, let go of what once was, and celebrate what still is. Because beauty is not in the volume, it's in the vitality you bring to what remains. And when your hairstyle works with your hair, not against it, you don't just look better, you feel freer. Your face is the masterpiece, lines drawn by laughter, by loss, by time well lived. It holds your stories, it holds your soul. And yet, too many hairstyles forget to honor it. They hide it, overwhelm it, or worse, cut across it, without kindness. Because hair isn't just hair, it's a frame, and the wrong frame can distort the beauty inside. A blunt line, where softness belongs, a flat crown that elongates. What's already long, a heavy fringe that shadows your brightest feature, your face shape matters. Deeply, not as a rule book, but as a guide. A round face needs lift, length, asymmetry. A longer face craves width, wave, framing that softens and balances. A square jaw deserves layers that glide, not cuts that clash. And heart-shaped faces shine with side parts, gentle movement, light volume at the chin. Yet so many of us walk into salons with pictures of strangers, of stars, of someone else's symmetry. We say, make me her, when what we mean is, help me see me. A good stylist doesn't copy, they sculpt. They ask, what do you love about your face? What do you want to soften? What do you want to show? Because elegance isn't about hiding flaws, it's about directing the gaze toward light. A sweeping bang can lift tired eyes. Face-framing layers can draw attention to cheekbones that still sing. A soft wave can contour more gently than any powder. You deserve a cut that partners with your features, not erases them. So look in the mirror, not for flaw, but for architecture. Look at the lines of your jaw, the space between eyes and brow, the slope of your cheeks, and say, let's build something that celebrates this. Because when your hairstyle frames your face with intention, the whole room feels your presence. Not your hair, but you. At first, it still looked good, that perfect cut from 6 weeks ago. It held its shape, it caught the light, it gave you that lift. But then, the edges softened, the crown fell flat, the ends frayed like old ribbon. And yet, you skipped the salon. You said, next month. It's not that bad. I'm growing it out. But what you were really doing was letting yourself slip out of center. Because a trim is not just vanity, it's maintenance, it's attention. It's a way of saying, I still care about how I show up. Hair, like life, needs tending. It grows without shape, when left alone. It breaks without small corrections. It loses energy when we forget to feed it. Regular trims aren't a luxury, they're a necessity, especially now, when hair is more fragile, more prone to dryness, to splitting, to fading. Every 6 to 8 weeks, a moment, a reset, a snip that clears the old, preserves the new. Even if you're growing it long, those ends need love. Even if it still looks fine, fine isn't enough for a woman who deserves to feel alive. In her reflection, a good cut has rhythm. It moves with you. It returns to form when the wind has passed, but let it go too long. It droops, it splits, it whispers fatigue, and you are not tired. You are evolving. You are blooming in slow, intentional ways. So treat your hair like a garden. Prune what's fading, shape what's strong. Keep it healthy so it can keep giving. A few snips can change everything, not just the look, but the energy. You walk different. When the ends aren't dragging, you speak with more light when the lines are clean. So make the appointment. Show up for yourself, even when no one else notices, even when it feels small, because your hair is a message, and when it's well kept, it says, I'm still here. I still matter. I still shape my story. Once, it worked wonders. That bottle on your shelf, the mousse you swore by, the shampoo that made your hair bounce and shine. But now, something's changed. Your hair feels heavier, greasy by noon, flat by evening, dry yet weighed down, and still, you reach for the same products. Why? Because they're familiar, because they once made you feel beautiful. But here's the truth, we forget to face. Your hair is not what it was at 30 or 40 or even 50. It's finer, more porous, more delicate, in ways that deserve new care. And those old formulas, they weren't made for who you are now. Heavy oils can suffocate, thick conditioners can drag. Shampoos with sulfates strip away what little moisture remains. And suddenly, you're left with hair that feels tired because it is. Elegant women evolve with their needs. They don't cling to yesterday's solutions. They choose what nurtures them now: lightweight moisturizers, volumizing sprays without residue. Purple shampoos. For silver strands that shine, they read labels, not for trends, but for truth. They seek ingredients that heal: aloe, panthenol, argan oil, and avoid the ones that coat and cling, because hair needs breath, not build up. Your routine should serve your present, not your past. If your strands feel dull, sticky, heavy, it's time to detox. Clear the shelf, clear the memory. Start again with what honors your current texture, your current rhythm. And don't forget the tools. That old brush with bent bristles could be breaking more than it's detangling. That high heat dryer could be scorching the softness right out of your crown. So upgrade gently, wisely, lovingly, because your hair deserves products that listen to its age, to its voice, to its needs. Now, let go of what no longer works. Let in what brings life back to every strand. Because elegance isn't just how your hair looks, it's how it feels when you run your hands through it and smile. It started with a single strand, silver, bright, soft as moonlight. You plucked it, laughed it off, maybe hid it with a quick swipe of color. But then there were more: at the temples, in the crown, at the roots that whispered change you weren't ready to see. And now you're caught between covering and embracing, between holding on and letting go, because gray isn't just a shade, it's a shift, a transition, not just in pigment, but in perception. We've been told it's dull, that it means faded, old, invisible. But what if it meant wise, elegant, refined? What if silver wasn't surrender, but a statement? Here's what elegant women know. It's not the gray that ages you, it's how you wear it. Yellowing strands from product buildup, dryness from neglect, roots that clash with artificial color. Those are the things that whisper out of touch. But cared for gray, it glows, like smoke with sunlight in it. So if you choose to let it grow, let it thrive. Use a purple shampoo to banish brass. Deep conditioners to bring back luster and softness. Let a stylist shape the journey. Blend the lines with highlights, lowlights, transitions that ease the shift instead of fighting it. Or if you still love your brunette, your chestnut, your auburn, that's beautiful too. But make it intentional. Touch up regularly. Choose tones that flatter your changing skin. Because when color is chosen with care, not fear, it empowers. And if you've gone full silver, don't hide it under a tired style. Let the cut match the confidence. A chic crop, a silvery wave, a sharp bob that gleams like polished stone. Gray hair can be a crown if you let it shine. So don't fear the change. Curate it, shape it, honor it. Because color is not just dye, it's identity, expression, energy. And the most radiant women are not the ones who cling to youth, but the ones who claim their now. So whatever hue you choose to wear it with intention. With joy, with elegance, let it say, I am still evolving, and every shade of me is worthy of light. Click, whir, sizzle. You know the sound, the flat iron warming, the curling wand humming, the blow dryer roaring like wind, and once they were magic. They gave you volume, gloss, smoothness, in seconds. But now they take more than they give. Each pass leaves your hair a little more brittle, each curl a little more dry. The shine fades faster than before. The softness becomes straw. The strength turns to fray. Because after 60, your hair is no longer the same soldier it once was. It's finer, more delicate, more vulnerable to heat's harsh truth. But still, we grip the tool like a crutch, like proof that we haven't let go of polish. But elegance isn't forged in fire. It's shaped in gentleness, in care. Air drying isn't laziness, it's wisdom. Loose waves, formed by overnight braids, volume from a round brush and a patient breeze, shine from nourishing oils, not scorching irons. And when you do reach for heat, do it with intention. Always apply protection. A spray, a serum, a barrier between beauty and burn. Use lower settings. Avoid daily styling. Let your hair have days of rest. And if the tool is old, update it. Technology has evolved to protect what we love. Your strands deserve better than yesterday's weapon. They are threads of your story. They've endured seasons, stress, hormones, change. Now they need support, not punishment. Heat styling is not the enemy. It's how you wield it. Use it like a whisper, not a roar, like a brushstroke, not a blowtorch. Let your hair retain its softness, its shimmer, its movement. And on the days you leave it untouched, let it be wild, let it be free, let it be exactly as it is. Because real beauty is not always sculpted. Sometimes it simply breathes. It looks neat, pulled back, slicked down, not a strand out of place, a high ponytail, a tight bun, a braid, wound firm like rope. It feels in control, disciplined, tidy. But underneath the sleek tension, your scalp whispers, then aches, then pulls, and over time, it pays a price. Receding edges, broken hairs around the crown, patches where the follicles surrendered, because elegance should never come at the cost of pain. We forget that tight is not always tidy, that pressure can look like polish but feel like stress. And your hair is not meant to be yanked into submission, it's meant to move, to fall, to breathe. That tight braid may last the day, but will the root recover? Will the line of your hair still feel strong? Years from now, traction alopecia, a name we whisper when it's too late, a loss, not from age, but from habit. So let go of the tension, not your grace. Choose styles that hold without pulling. Low ponytails with soft bands. Messy buns that fall with flair, loose braids that feel like freedom. Use scrunchies, not rubber bands, clips instead of clasps that dig. Give your scalp a break. Let it rest. Let your roots feel light again. Because how your hair is held affects how you hold yourself. And isn't it beautiful when elegance looks effortless, when your hair moves as you move, when it sways instead of stiffens, when nothing is yanked or tugged or forced? There is power in softness. There is dignity in comfort. And your beauty is not a battle to be pulled tight. It's a story told gently, with grace at every root. Every morning, you stand in front of the mirror, armed with tools, determined to tame what grows on its own. You part it left, though it falls right. You force a curl where there's only wave. You smooth the cowlick with heat, product, hope. But by noon, it rebels. The part shifts, the curl deflates, the cowlick springs back like a child who won't sit still. And still, you keep fighting, because somewhere you learned that order was beauty, that neatness was necessary, that natural was not enough. But what if you listened? What if your hair was not misbehaving, just expressing its truth? We each have patterns, swirls, crowns, waves that were written before we could speak, and fighting them only brings frustration. But working with them, that is freedom. Let the part fall where it wants to. Cut to match the way it moves. Choose styles that enhance what already is, instead of erasing it, a fringe that flows with your cowlick instead of battling it. Layers that follow your curl instead of straightening it. Bobs that turn with the wave instead of resisting it. Your hair knows the rhythm of your head. It's been growing that way for decades. Why not honor its wisdom? Because elegance is not symmetry, it's harmony. And when your hair aligns with its nature, you shine, you move easier, you spend less time correcting, more time living. No more fighting against the grain. Let the grain become the style. Let the natural part be your signature. Let the texture be your character. Because you were not made to conform, you were made to flow, and your hair is an extension of your spirit. So embrace its dance, follow its path, and let your look reflect the truth that beauty is not in the struggle but in the surrender to self. You've washed, you've styled, you've trimmed, you've colored, and still something feels missing. The cut is clean, the color soft, the strands fall just right. But where's the spark, the personality, the piece that turns hair into presence? It's in the finish, the flourish, the forgotten magic of the accessory, not the gaudy clips from decades past, not the heavy bands that left marks, but touches of beauty that whisper confidence. A silk scarf knotted at the nape, a nod to Paris, to poetry, to poise. A tortoiseshell clip, holding hair like a sculpture, says I know who I am. A gold barrette nestled in silver waves, a meeting of elegance and age. Headbands, not for hiding roots, but for framing the face like a painting. Pearled pins, velvet ribbons, minimalist combs. They don't overpower, they highlight. They don't shout, they sing. Accessories are punctuation to your hair story, the comma that pauses, the exclamation that delights. Yet so many overlook them, thinking they're too much or not needed. But elegance lives in detail, in the thought put into a single accent, and the beauty of hair accessories is their power to transform without commitment. Not ready to cut your bangs? Try a jeweled headband, growing out, that short crop. Add a silk scarf and turn transition into style. Having a bad hair day, a wide clip, a statement pin, and suddenly it's intentional. Let your accessories match your mood, playful, regal, minimal, romantic, because style isn't just how you shape what grows, it's what you add, what you dare, what you reveal without saying a word. So don't forget the final touch, that one delicate piece that says, this is complete, and let your hair tell not just of maintenance but of magic, the kind only you can wear. You've lived decades of stories, of sunrises, of storms. You've loved, lost, laughed, learned, and through it all, your hair has been with you. It has witnessed every version of who you've been. Tied back for work, loosened for love, cut in defiance, grown long in seasons of peace. But somewhere along the way, you were told that after 60, your hair no longer mattered, that you must tone it down, hide the silver, chase youth through dyes, through styles not meant for you. And in doing so, many women forget what their hair still holds: power, presence, personality. It is not just decoration, it is declaration of softness and strength, of history and hope. Every mistake we've named was never about shame. It was an invitation to let go of what no longer serves, to step into what truly suits. You do not need to fight your texture. You do not need to deny your age. You only need to align with your essence, to choose cuts that frame your truth, to use products that nurture, not punish, to style with intention, to color with love, and when you look in the mirror to say, this is me. Because elegance at this age isn't about perfection, it's about presence. Not forced youth, but radiant maturity, not mimicry, but mastery. You are not fading, you are refining. You are not past your prime, you are stepping into it. So let your hair be your crown, not of gold, but of wisdom. Let it fall or rise. Let it curl or gleam. Let it be silver or honey or chestnut or flame, as long as it is yours by choice. Because in the end, Beauty isn't what others see, it's how you feel in your own skin and under your own strands. So here's to you, to your crown, to your story, and to every elegant inch still growing strong.